Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sheboygan A's Baseball. Alongside Lucas Schulze, I'm Mike Martin. We'll be bringing you today's game. And today it's going to be a doubleheader against the Chicago Warriors. This is going to be a non-league game doubleheader. The Warriors play in the Chicago Suburban Baseball League. They have a 8-9 record in the league. Interesting enough, the Lombard Orioles are in the same league they're in, and they are 12-2. They're in first place in that league. They're not. Lombard is not doing that great in the
No.
Wisconsin State League. Green Bay is in first place, but they overall have a record of 10-8. Sheboygan comes in working on a 7-game winning streak. They're 19-15, and they've been playing really good, Lucas.
Yeah, especially pitching staff-wise, they've given up very few runs over the past week and a half, and the offense has looked a lot better compared to earlier stretches, especially scoring the 9 runs in second game yesterday.
We have Sawyer Kolakowski is going to be pitching for Sheboygan. He's got a bit of a high ERA at 4.69 in 7 2/3 innings. He's walked 7. That's not a good thing. He does have 8 strikeouts, and from when we've seen him pitch earlier in the year, control has been an issue.
Yeah, that's for sure, especially in his first outing where he really struggled. But since then, he's clearly brought down the ERA quite a bit. So.
Yeah, right. So he's getting better. Lucas, why don't you go through the batting order for Chicago, and then I'll give the defensive lineup for Sheboygan.
Hitting first for the Warriors is Joe Perona. He'll be in center field. Second is Josh Wicker. He'll be at shortstop. The 3-hole hitter is John Philip Ferraro. He'll be at first. The cleanup hitter is Ricky Colazzo. He'll be behind the plate. And then hitting fifth is Tim Witchker. He'll be at third. Chris Morgan hits sixth and left. Dylan Dulas will be in right. He hits seventh. Justin Butcher will be the DH. He hits eighth. And then rounded out will be Mario Recio. He'll be at second base.
Defensively for Sheboygan, they have Sawyer Kolakowski pitching. Brad Reinflesch yesterday as pitcher is catching. I don't remember seeing Brad behind the plate this year. We have other years. Harry Steltz at first. Alex Ames is at second. Jacob Neese at third. And Bradford is at shortstop. He's playing shortstop before Chase Hanselman. Sean Tillman in left. Gus Walker in center. Chase Hanselman, who has, I think, 5 stitches above his right eye after getting hit by a pitch yesterday, is in right. So he's a gamer, as they say, and playing today. Blaine Bradford is at shortstop. Deep drive out to center field, off the fence, and racing around second and heading to third, and is in there. Is the leadoff hitter, Perona. Boy, he scalded that ball.
Yeah, it's third pitch on a rainy day. I mean, maybe if it's sunny outside, maybe it gets out of here, but real great contact from the leadoff hitter.
Josh Wicker is up next. You looking that up too? Wicker takes that first pitch for a strike. Josh stepping in is hitting .388. Perona was hitting .279. He had that triple for bouncing ball in the hole at short. Throw across is not in time. Infield hit for Wicker, and Chicago breaks out on top after they get a triple and then an RBI infield hit. John Philip Ferraro is up next over at first base. Sheboygan a little bit on the short-handed side today. We're not sure who's down there in terms of relief pitching. they got 2 complete games yesterday. Line drive over the head of the second baseman on a hit and run. And Chicago, 3 straight hits. They have 1 run so far. Now they have runners on first and third.
Just looking through the Chicago lineup, they got a lot of high averages on that team, especially at the top of the order. So no surprise they come out hot.
They're showing it here. Ricky Collazo, the catcher, is up. Collazo hitting .270. Does have a home run. Kolakowski looking to at least get an out here. Have something positive happen. He's given up 3 straight hits. Grounder to third. Neese with a good stop. Throws across for the out. A run will score. And Ferraro advances from first to second, but we do have an out.
Hopefully we can see a little bit of a confidence boost from Kolakowski getting that first one.
Tim Witchker is up. Tim playing third base for the Warriors. Game time temperature was 72 degrees and we had rain. Swing and a miss. Makes the count 1-1. Our umpires today, Bill DeGroot is behind home plate and Doug Steinke is on the bases. We saw Doug yesterday. He worked a doubleheader. 1-1 pitch, and that's a hanger right in middle of the strike zone, and that's going to score a run. Fourth hit in the inning for Chicago. Sawyer just not throwing quality pitches.
Yeah, he's really getting a lot of solid contact. We saw it from the first batter, Perona. It's been the same ever since.
Chris Morgan on. Let's see if Witchker is going to steal a base. The ball gets away from Brad Reinflesch. That'll be a pass ball. That's bad enough when your pitcher can't get outs and then your catcher allows a base advance on a pass ball.
So Kolakowski, you really don't want to let it get any worse than this. Don't want to be down 5 or more going into the bottom half of the first.
Another pitch off the glove of Brad. It's already 3-0. 2 pass balls have advanced the Chicago runner to third. Morgan with an excellent chance to get another run home for his club.
Morgan's one of those players on the Warriors that doesn't really have the highest average compared to the rest of the team. He's only hitting 200 so far this year.
A good fastball. Fall ticked into the mitt of the catcher, Brad Reinflesch. Brad was outstanding on the mound yesterday. Lori Petrie in the house. Lori just retired from teaching. Taught over at Jefferson for years. She's here with her daughter. Nice to see Lori. Ball is popped up out of play. I was watching the cars go by, Lucas, and they don't have their wiper blades on full blown, back and forth and back and forth.
Because it ain't raining too hard.
Doing the delay thing, that's good. Means it's not raining that hard. Their ball fouled out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chicago has 3 runs in. Another runner on third with only 1 out. Strikeout would be huge right here. Bouncing ball up the middle. Bradford not in time. Morgan really hustling down the line. Gets an infield hit and an RBI.
Kolakowski's kind of a type pitcher that relies a lot on the strikeout, especially swing and miss, tries to speed you up a lot, and when he's not getting that, it can really hurt him.
Dylan Dulles is up. Dulles in right field. Breaking pitch is a strike. Ball is popped behind home plate. Rindfleisch, not enough room. It bounced into the stands, general admission area along the third base side. Yesterday it was Alex Perez caught the doubleheader. Interesting that Brad is doing the catching. You got to wonder what the catching situation is.
I heard that Perez and Buring's even gone, and Schnell's gone, and
oh boy,
Mary's gone. I mean, it's just
you know, we have enough catchers. You think we'd be able to get one at the game? Rindfleisch's throw down is not in time. Stolen base for Morgan. Sawyer with a swing and a miss strikeout. And that brings up the number 8 hitter, Justin Butcher, the DH. 4 runs in. Big breaking pitch by Sawyer is in there for a strike.
only Butcher's second game on the year, and he still has yet to record a hit, but it's only been in 2 at-bats.
Let's keep it no hits. Morgan had a great jump and would have had third base stolen had the pitch not been fouled off. Sawyer needs to do a little better job of keeping him close. Ames not moving over much. There's a little grounder to first. Harry makes the play unassisted, but after a half inning of play, Chicago jumps out for 4 runs. So after a half inning of play at Chicago 4, Sheboygan coming to bat.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Batting order for Sheboygan will be Gus Walker leading off in center field. Sean Tillman batting second in left. Harry is at first base batting third. Northwood's cleanup hitter is Jacob Neese playing third base. Batting fifth, Brad Rindfleisch. He's catching today. In right field, Chase Hanselman batting sixth. Batting seventh, the DH, Jimmy Jurgensen. Batting eighth, Blaine Bradford, the shortstop. And hitting ninth and playing second base, Alex Ames. Sheboygan has their work cut out, down 4-0 after a half inning of play. Trying to give the defense for those guys.
From left to right in the outfield, it's Morgan, Perona, and Dulis. And then around the horn of the infield, Wicker, Rescio, and Ferraro. And then the battery of Colazzo and Pullum. Pullum, he's been decent this year, 4.91 ERA, just a little higher than Sheboygan's starter, Kolakowski. But he does strike out a lot of batters, 23 strikeouts and 18 and a third.
What was a hit by pitch was an interesting stat in those limited innings. What
He's got 4 hit by pitches in just 18 and a third. Sheboygan's been hit a lot over this winning streak.
Hanselman being the worst for it.
Yeah.
Getting hit line drive right at third baseman Witchker, and he makes the catch. Sean Tillman next.
Haven't seen Sean in a while. Very valuable piece to this offense.
Yeah, he was gone yesterday, but we were still successful getting the sweep over Greenville.
And during that winning streak, Sheboygan's barely been trailing. I think just the 1-0 lead from Greenville yesterday.
Right. Sean stepping in is hitting .327. He has 6 doubles, leads the ball club in that department. Jake Pullum, the Chicago starter, starts Tillman off 3-0. And ball 4, 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up Harry. Harry crushed one yesterday over the left field wall. This is one of the longer home runs for Sheboygan this year. And then the next half inning that Joe Fisher hit his second homer of the game, that was even longer. First pitch to Harry is called strike 1.
Harry kind of got back on track yesterday, though. He had a multi-hit game in game 2.
Harry fouls that pitch off. Sean out in the parking lot with his glove looking for a ball. Those dollar certificates for the concession stand. No balls and 2 strikes. Harry with a base hit to right field. Tillman is going to pull up at second. Good hustle by the right fielder to get the ball in. That brings up Jacob Neese.
A lot of offense to start this game so far, Marty.
They had 5 hits in the first inning. The one thing that was good, there were no walks by Sawyer. And now Sheboygan has put a couple runners on.
And with one of their hotter hitters at the plate, he had 3 hits yesterday in the 2 games.
Yeah, Jacob's been hitting the ball well. Ball was drilled foul. This question is probably for CJ. He might know the answer, but there's a bouncing ball. Just got through. Tillman now racing around third. He'll score. And an RBI single by Jacob Neese. And Sheboygan is on the board in the first inning. Good piece of base running by Tillman to get home. But anyway, the question was, we've talked about Sean out in the parking lot with his glove. If a ball goes into the bullpen area and he retrieves that, is he going to get the $1 coupon from the concession stand? Sean, if he collects a ball from the bullpen area instead of outside the park, does he still get the $1? Okay, not allowed in the bullpen area, so no. It's got to be out of the park to get the coupon. Reinfleisch is up. Brad, a very good hitter. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Runner still on first and second with a run in and only one out. A good breaking pitch by Pullum. And, Brad is out in front. Now he's down, no balls and 2 strikes.
The only out that Pullum's recorded was that line out. I mean, that could have easily been a base hit.
Right,
for Walker.
exactly. Good point. He isn't fooling us much. Line drive right at the third baseman. Again. Wow. No double play. Harry not drifting off the base too far, was able to get back. And that's going to bring up Chase Hanselman. See how Chase does with his batting after being hit yesterday and having to leave the game. First pitch to Hanselman is called a strike. Harry's on at second. Jacob Neese over at first. We have a run in. Chance to get a couple more. Jake Pullum has a 1-1 record with a save. He's making his 7th appearance, his 5th start. We're not used to having stats for the other team. This is pretty nice.
Makes it a lot easier.
Ball is fouled out of play. Hanselman trying to get a 2-out hit, get Harry home. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. That would classify as deuces wild.
Yeah, too bad it's not the second.
Get another run, another 2. Hanselman just got a piece of that, fouled it straight back. Sean Tillman here today, but Jackson and Olivia Tillman are not again. Pitch way outside. Makes it 3-2. Runners will be off on the pitch.
And you got a big-time power hitter, Jimmy Jurgensen, on
Yeah,
deck.
right. Maybe we hope for a walk and get a grand
well, I was
salami.
about to say that, who also walks a ton.
3-2 pitch. Harry, an experienced base runner out at second base. Took it on the outside corner for strike 3. Disappointing end to the first inning, but at least Sheboygan does get 1 run. And after 1 complete inning of play, Chicago 4, Sheboygan 1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Mario Riccio will start the second inning for Chicago. He's their number 9 hitter, playing at second base. Right down the line, it's fair. Nice's strong throw across.
Foul.
Foul ball.
Looked
Oh
fair.
my. That looked fair all the way. Would he have been out at first?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Got that pole blocking my view. Breaking pitch by Sawyer is in for a strike. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes. Should quit making excuses and just see the ball. Don't you just hate that? Guys making excuses?
Yeah.
That's me. I'm an excuse man. Called strike 3. And that brings up Joe Perona. Joe had a triple and scored in the first. Chicago started the game with a triple, single, and hopefully we can shut them down in the second.
Already off to a better start. You got the first guy.
Perona hits one to center field. Gus is there and makes the catch. Boy, Perona hits the ball hard. Second one was caught. That's going to bring up Josh Wicker. Josh was hitting .388 coming into today's game. He already has a hit, so he's going to be pretty close to 400, pardon me. No home runs, does have a double and a triple in his 49 at-bats. Wicker appearing in his 18th game with Chicago. They're playing game number 21. Fly ball to right. Hanselman makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning for Sawyer. Kolakowski, good bounce back inning for him.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan. What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Jimmy Jurgensen is going to lead it off for Sheboygan in the second. Jimmy had a single in game 2 that drove in a pair of runs in Sheboygan's 9-4 victory. He did hit a couple of balls extremely hard.
Pulled that one foul too.
Yeah, one was foul, and so he's coming around, slow but sure. There's a line drive past the second baseman for a base hit.
Talk about hitting balls hard. There it is.
Going back to Sawyer Kolakowski, he had 28 pitches in the first inning, only 8 in the second, so a 2-inning total of 36. A little bit on the high side, but trending down, so that's good. Pullum had 25 first inning pitches. Blaine Bradford is up. Blaine playing at shortstop today. Blaine playing in his 19th game, Lucas, and this is his 19th at bat.
Yeah, it's a lot of late game, kind of pinch hit or pinch run opportunities for him.
He does have 28 plate appearances in 18 games, so that's about an at bat and a half per game, which is, he's getting up there. The pitch is a strike, makes the count 2-2. Jimmy on it first. One step off the bag, but we got to make sure he stays close so he throws over.
Yeah.
Now you can play your snooze, CJ. That one was really boring.
Yeah, not even. Very small lead, especially for a right-handed pitcher.
Pitch way outside. Jimmy jogs down to second base on that wild pitch. Three of the 4 runs by Chicago in the first inning were earned. Three-two pitch. Slow roller to short and booted by the shortstop. What did it look like to you, Lucas, on that play?
It looked like it took kind of a weird last hop for him. That's short, that's Wicker, but
You know what I thought?
Made that play.
He saw the guy on second, Jimmy, go to third,
Yep.
and I think his intention was to pick it up and throw to third, and may have taken his eye off the ball for a second. In any case, it's an error. Jimmy doing a good piece of base running, gets to third, and Bradford is on at first. And the Warrior manager, Dave Rivera, out talking to the troops. There we go. Joe Perona is a general manager and a coach but Dave Rivera again. He is the head coach.
Leadoff hitter being your GM, that's not something you see often.
No, you're right. That GM job is extremely important. That's the guy who gets the players. Alex Ames, the number 9 hitter for Sheboygan, is up. Ames had a bases loaded walk in the second game for an RBI and did have a hit in the first game. Oh, nice bunt. They're going to go for Jimmy at the plate, and he's out. Oh, it looked like a great bunt, but fine play by the third baseman, Witchker.
Smart play by Bradford to get over to third with no one covering, though. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's unfortunate.
Walker up. Walker hit that line drive to the third baseman. It was one of 2 that Witcher caught for outs in the first. The ball was bunted so well, and I thought slow enough. I thought Jimmy would be able to beat the throw home, but he was actually out by a very good margin.
I didn't see. Did you see him hesitate at all, maybe?
No, I thought he broke right away.
I thought the only play would have been on Ames at first.
Gus squared the bunt, but took it for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Ames is not looking to take a big lead and try and steal. We'll have to see what happens here. He does have a stolen base on the air, and he was going, but the pitch was fouled back. Watching Collazo throw down after the warm-up pitches, Lucas, he didn't look as good as the guy yesterday. Peters,
No.
his throw was way off the mark.
Peters had a cannon back there.
Pitch is way outside, and Ames with an easy stolen base.
Take advantage. They're probably not throwing down, especially with Bradford at third, throwing down to second. Risk them scoring the run.
Gus with a 2-2 pitch coming up. Bouncing ball in the hole at short. Good play by the shortstop. His foot is off the base, and first baseman is complaining. He thought he had it.
To be honest, Marty, I thought he did too.
Run scores. We're waiting for an official determination if that would be a hit or an error.
Or if he's going to be safe at all.
But before we can make that determination, we got to make sure he's safe at first. Doug Steinke, the base umpire, appealing to his partner, Bill DeGroot, to see if he noticed whether the first baseman held the bag or not on the throw across. In either case, Wicker made a really fine play, and
Stays out.
they did get him.
He did look out. I didn't really see the foot off the bag.
Me either. I thought it was a great stretch by the first baseman. So no base hit, but an RBI ground out for Gus. And the umpires are meeting again. Alex Ames on the play, advances to third base.
But a run will score. That's all we know.
And with that run, Sheboygan now trails 4-2. We will have a second game today. Hopefully the weather will hold. That'll be about 20 to 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. The pace of play today in this game is quite slow.
Yeah, except for that top of the second. That went pretty quick, but
that was good. Bill, what time did this game start? Well, a little bit later than yesterday.
He's safe now.
Now he's safe. And the manager coming out. Oh my. Get the erasers out, huh, Lucas?
Yeah. That's why you don't do it in pen. I don't know. I've never seen a play overturned twice.
And Rivera has a legitimate gripe.
If he's safe, you're giving him an E6 on that one, then?
I would think so. A good throw gets him. Pull him off the bag. So E6 for Gus, but give him an RBI. For Chicago, their second error of the inning.
Same player. Both on the shortstop Wicker.
So you drive 150 miles up to Wisconsin to get gypped on a call. They may be stopping in Milwaukee for supper. Ooh, just when we thought okay, are we going to break up now? Yes. Doug Steinke tells the manager, get in the dugout, we're done. We don't want to have any more griping. Let's play ball.
Tillman's been standing there for a while, ready to get his at-bat started. Same with Pullum.
Tillum represents the lead run for Sheboygan. You can expect Gus to be running. A run is in. There's one out, and Sheboygan has runners at the corners. Tillman hits a ball into short right, coming in and making the grab, and the strong throw home, and the catcher can't come up with it. And going to second base on the throw is going to be Gus. So sacrifice fly for Tillman.
Just could be more room for the manager Rivera to complain, because that probably would have ended the inning.
Well, the one thing that saves the umpire on that is Collazo did not hang on. I think you're right. He would have been out if the Collazo could have hung on to the ball. 2.
3.
Two this inning. 3 in the game. Harry with a mighty swing. Pulled his head a little bit that time. You don't see that from Harry. Sheboygan with 1 in the first, an RBI single by Jacob Neese got that home, and then in the second we've scored 2. One on a ground out, well, not a ground out, but on an error where Walker reached, and then second run scoring on a fly ball to right. Sacrifice fly officially. Ames being very aggressive and did make it home. Good speed at second. Harry drills one to deep left, way out of here. Oh my! Halfway up the light pole.
Wow.
That's a she-boy gunner for Harry Stelt.
Back-to-back games for Harry with absolute mammoth bombs.
For Harry, his 3rd home run of the season.
I mean, he's got back-to-back multi-hit games now. It's exactly what we've been kind of looking for from him.
Starting to find the base hits. I remember when he was going through that tough stretch, he was hitting the ball hard several times, but couldn't find the grass. Not anymore. Jacob Neese, the Northwoods chemical cleanup hitter, is up. Jacob had an RBI single in the first. Pullum had a high ERA coming in, and although I don't think any of the runs actually this inning are earned. Yeah, none of the runs this inning are earned.
Yeesh.
Jacob got fooled on that changeup.
He's trying to go back-to-back homers right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looked like. Pitch way out of the strike zone. Makes it 3-2. Be interesting to know what the umpires were talking about in the first meeting, and then what made them change their mind.
Yeah, you'd have to wonder, especially with no instant replay, to overturn a call twice is kind of rare.
Connor Call, in turn, coming a little bit late. He's going to get docked. Connor, nice to see you. Ball 4. Sheboygan continuing their rally in the second inning.
You're thinking this top of the first, you know, how far could this game get out of hand? And 2 innings later, the Sheboygan's up.
Right, yeah, it looked very bleak at the start of the game. Now they're up 5-4. Brad Reinflesch coming up. Brad, a big kid. Came into the weekend hitting .391. Jake Pullum starts Brad with a strike, and a breaking pitch is in the strike zone for strike 2. Boy, that ball that Harry hit was really a long one.
Crushed. Too bad we don't got StatCast or anything to check the distance.
Yes, that would be interesting to see how far that one went. Pitches outside for a ball. Throwdown is off the mark. And Jacob with a stolen base.
You were right about those throwdowns. I think the A's know too. They can steal at will. On Collazo.
We'll have a trivia question in the 4th inning if we ever get there. Brad with an opportunity for an RBI. Jacob has pretty good speed out at second. Pitch out of the strike zone. It's 2-2. The same cast of characters up here in the press box. Bill Wagner doing the field announcing. CJ running the show in the middle. And then Lucas and Mike doing the live stream. Good take by Brad looked pretty close, but it was outside. Might have been a strike yesterday.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Game 1 yesterday, that would have been a pretty good pitch.
Ryan Flesh benefited from that as well.
Oh, big time. And that one is way outside. And the 9th hitter of the inning is coming up, and Chase Hanselman.
He's the only strikeout for Pullum today.
Ferraro and Collazo, the first baseman and catcher, are out talking to Pullum. The second baseman, Riccio, was going to come in too, and Ferraro said just stay out at your second base position.
And to think this inning could be over if that play at first base.
Yes, yes, big point. And you know, the other error, they have 2 errors this inning, both by the shortstop.
And the sac fly could have been out at the plate. I mean,
yeah, there's another out they could have had at the plate if the play could have been made. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And someone takes that first pitch for a strike. Denny Moyer in the press box. How's it going, Denny? Yep, he stopped up. We talked for a good 10 minutes. Yeah, well, no, not on the air, but he came in before the game and we talked to him. And you could send him up again. We'll talk to him some more. Ball is tapper and caught by the shortstop, and the tag is made for out number 3, but not before Sheboygan comes up with 4 runs, and they now have a 5-4 lead.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
At Northwoods, we are a family. And like your family, our main concern is safety. As a leader in the cleaning and sanitation industry, we're doing our utmost to support and supply essential cleaning, sanitizing, and maintenance products to your family and business. And we're introducing new products, like our Cool Water Personal Hand Sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
John Ferraro is going to lead off the 3rd inning for Chicago. He singled and scored back in the 1st, and was part of that very interesting play when Gus Walker hit a ground ball to short and was ruled safe that the first baseman pulled his foot off the bag on the errant throw. We both thought he held on.
yeah. And then he goes out, and then he was safe again. So.
Right. They did the appeal. Chicago asked the base umpire to appeal to his partner, see if he saw the play. And apparently he said he did, and they took Gus off of first base. Then the umpires met a second time and put Gus back on the base. J.P. Ferraro, also known as John Philip Ferraro. Kolakowski had a long sit on the bench waiting for that half inning to end. Let's hopefully that doesn't affect him as he comes out here.
Especially coming off a really great inning. But
that foul ball right off one of the support poles. 1-1 pitch coming up. Starting third inning action. Slight breeze out to left. Sawyer had 28 first inning pitches, only 8 in the second. Three-two pitch coming up. Oh, good breaking ball. Ferraro with a swing and a miss, and that's out number 1 in the third inning, and 6 retired in a row for Sawyer.
Great bounce back, coming back from 3-1 to get the strikeout. Especially a big difference starting off with a leadoff walk to a leadoff strikeout.
Ricky Colazo steps in. Today is Meyer Family Day. Not too late to come on out here.
Sun's starting to come back. Not raining anymore.
Yeah, we have sun. Game time temperature was 72 degrees, so it's pretty nice in that regard. Colazo's going to be looking at a 3-1 pitch.
Colazo was the first out of that first inning after the 3 straight hits.
That's right. He did get an RBI, however, on that out. And first walk of the ball game for Sawyer. Witchker, the third baseman, is up next. Witchker had a couple of nice catches on line drives hit at him, and then also made a good play from his third base position to throw out Jimmy Jurgensen at the plate. Colazo taking a pretty big lead at first as Witchker takes the first pitch for ball 1. Ball's hit high into left field, not deep, and it's going to drop for a hit. Witchker found some open grass in short left field. Colazo only able to advance to second, so it still keeps a double play in order, or a force play at third. Chris Morgan is up.
He did have that hit in the first inning. Brought Witchker home. Or not Witchker, yeah. RBI.
They'd have brought home Ferraro.
Ferraro, yep.
Another pitch off the mitt of Brad Reinflesh. You got to have those catches. Allow the runners to advance to second and third. It takes away the double play. Now a deep fly ball can score a run. Harry stepping up even with the bag at first. Jacob Neese even with the bag at third, and second and short are on the grass.
Strikeout here would do wonders for this inning.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch coming up. Right on the inside corner. Painting the black. 1 and 2. See if Sawyer can get the K. He does. As Hawk Harrelson would say, he gone. Grab some bench. Dulles is up. Dulles was a strikeout victim in the first. Chicago threatening. They have runners on second and third, but there are 2 outs. And Brad lets another pitch go off his glove, and that allows the tying run to score.
Another unearned run for Kolakowski. The pass ball.
Witchker goes to third. There are 2 outs. First pitch, obviously a ball. Go ahead, Lucas.
We were talking earlier about, it is a high-powered offense that Chicago has.
Back and making the catch was Ames to finally end the inning, but not before Chicago comes up with the tying run.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Intern Kaylee Kimball showing off the good arm, throwing some of the prizes in the stands. As we start the bottom of the third, we're all tied up at 5. Of the 5 runs that Chicago has, I got 4 of them being earned. The toughest one was the last one.
Yeah.
Allowed the tying run to score.
Looked like Kolakowski had gained back control of the inning, just struck out the previous batter.
Former teammate of mine, Richie Peterson, is in the house today. We were teammates back in the 70s and on the Legion team. Richie, Hall of Famer for Northland University, played football, baseball, and track. So
3-sport athlete.
Really good athlete. And I don't know if you heard us talking. He's a pretty good golfer. Had a 74 yesterday. Missed a putt for 73.
Yeah, I would not be close to that number.
I want him on my team at the golf outing. Jimmy takes that first pitch for strike 1. Bouncing ball to the first baseman. And Ferraro takes it to the bag for the easy out. Blaine Bradford is up in that 4-run second. Blaine reached on an error and scored. Of the 5 runs for Sheboygan, only 1 of theirs is earned.
That's tough as a pitcher, you see the score 5-5, but really it could easily be 5-1.
Bradford grounds one through the left side of the infield. Good hit for Blaine. Now, we had mentioned yesterday in his limited playing time, he has 5 stolen bases.
A lot of those came from those pinch running opportunities early in the year, too.
Great opportunity. Get the lead run down to second base. Blaine was taking a nice lead. Looked like he wanted to go, but Pullum drove him back. Pitch right down Main Street for strike 1. Again, Pullum trying to keep Bradford close at first base.
Telly, no, he's got a huge lead over there at first.
The type of lead he was taking that last time looked like he was going to go.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
And throw it over first have not shortened the lead from Bradford.
Ball is popped up on the infield. Pullum calling and catching for out number 2. That's going to bring up Gus. Walker is 0 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. See if Gus takes a pitch, allows Bradford to steal second base. Very close, but Blaine was in there.
Real question is, will Pullum let Bradford steal a base? 4th time he's thrown over there already. Make it 5.
I think he maxed out his lead when you have to dive in. That's how far you want to go. So you have to dive in to be safe. That wasn't a pitch out, but it would have been a good pitch to throw down to second on.
I think with Collazo's arm, Bradford with his speed doesn't really even need that big of a lead that he has right now. But
Gus drives one out to center field, but ranging over and making the catch was Perona. And that's out number 3. No runs for Sheboygan in the 3rd after 3 complete. We're all tied up at 5.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
It's quiz time. We're going to get the quiz question out early, and then at the bottom half of the 4th, we'll give you the answer. The question is, in the movie 8 Men Out, what team throws the 1919 World Series? Lucas will give you the answer in the bottom half of the inning. Sawyer still on the hill for Sheboygan. He's thrown 53 pitches so far. It's on the high side. And he'll start the fourth with against Justin Butcher. Butcher grounded out to Harry to end the first inning.
A rough first inning that was for Kolakowski.
First pitch is in for a strike. Sawyer gotten to bat 7 times. He's not hitting in this game, but he has gotten to bat 7 times and has 2 hits, so a respectable 286 average.
Not bad for a pitcher.
Swing and a miss by Butcher, and he is out of there.
Another strikeout for Kolakowski. That makes 5 for him.
Mario Riccio, second baseman for Chicago. What's up? You know, we've talked numerous times, Lucas, about walks and, you know, don't give them free bases, that kind of thing. In the third, the guy that walked was the guy that scored the run.
Yeah. But for a guy who walks a lot of batters, he's only got that 1 walk.
Good play by Bradford. Throws out Riccio. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Joe Perona. Perona tripled and scored in the first and flew out to center field in the second.
Solid contact in both at bats for sure.
Pitch called a strike. 1-1. Pitch just off the outside corner for ball 2. Ball's popped up into short center field, but Gus is there, and he makes the easy catch. 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. When we come back for the bottom of the 4th, we'll not only have our trivia question answer, but we'll also have Sean Tillman leading us off.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Jake Pullum still on the hill for Chicago, and Sean Tillman is going to lead off the inning for Sheboygan. But before we do all that, What's our trivia question and answer?
Well, the question for today was, in the movie 8 Men Out, what team throws the 1919 World Series? The
Who
answer
did it?
is Chicago White Sox.
Alrighty. Did you guys get it down there? Who threw the 1919 World Series? And it was about Eight Men Out was the name of the movie. What team threw the 1919 World Series? The White Sox. Dave Guerra in the press box joining us, Hall of Famer for Sheboygan. One of the questions in that group of questions about the movie 8 Men Out was, in what movie was the line, "Say it ain't so, Joe, say it ain't so"? That was 8 Men Out too. Yeah, he was up here talking. We were up here talking for about 10 minutes or so before the game. He's just sitting right, he was sitting right there. Looks like that group of guys moved. I think Hippo might be in this first row. Yeah, he and Richie were sitting together. Ron Nitis, Bill Han. If you're looking for Richie, he's got I think it was a white Wisconsin Badger hat with the flying W. Tillman draws a leadoff walk. Mouse, I take it you just got here. They scored 4 in the top of the first inning. We came back with 1, and then we came back with 4 in the bottom of the second to take the lead, only to have them tied up in the third. Harry hit a monster home run in that 4-run second. Yeah, Mouse, I remember you had one over at West Bend at Regner Park. At Wildwood, not at Legion? You couldn't get it out to 320. No way. No way. And they believed you. What year did you do that? Ball was hit over the tree 30 years ago when I was a sapling. Remember that one Donnie Diener hitting the tree in right field? Oh no, he didn't hit that one. He allowed the guy from Harmelink to hit one halfway up through the tree. Ugh. On the move is Tillman, but Harry fouls it off. Sean will have to return to first. Don't tell anybody. Tillman with 3 stolen bases. Jimmy almost hit that blue house one time, Jimmy Jurgensen. He crushed one to right. I think I pitched in that, gave up a home run to a Ron Wilkie. Still haven't forgotten him for that. That's where you got that shirt you're wearing. Oh, okay, I might have been umpiring that game. Error on the second baseman, Riccio. And Harry reaches, and Tillman is on at second base now. I umpired a couple of those All-Star games. Illinois against Wisconsin All-Stars. Even though he's a... On purpose, or... That didn't... I was going to say, that probably didn't work out so well, did it? Now, what Jurgensen was that? Is that a relation to Jimmy? Jimmy's from Cedarburg. Okay. Didn't he play for Oshkosh? 3-0 pitch. Nice is up. Northwood's cleanup hitter. Go ahead, Dave. Jer. There's a lot of Jurgensens. In a way, it made sense, so set up the force play. And a walk, loads the bases with nobody out. Dave, you ought to stick around the whole game. You're good luck up here. So you missed the play of the game. Gus Walker hit a slow roller to short. And the throw looked to get him at first. Shortstop made a nice play, but first baseman had to reach way out. Well, originally, they called him safe. Chicago appealed. The two umpires met at home plate. Out on the bases. They said, nope, the guy held on to the base as he caught the ball. Runner's out. Okay, play on, right? No, before the next pitch, the umpires met another time, and now they put Gus back on first. And Dave Rivera, the manager out there on the mound in the green, he was not a happy camper. Got a pitching change. Zach Price is coming in for Jake Pullum. This is on YouTube, left-handed batter. You're watching, Dave is telling his story. Go ahead. Guy tries to steal home. This is in the video, right? So the catcher jumps out to catch the pitch to make the tag on the runner trying to steal home, and as he's doing that, the batter swings and hits him in the back of the head. So I would say it's interference on the batter. So on a related note, Chase Hanselman was up to bat. He's out in right field today and got hit right kind of on the flap of his batting helmet by his ear, and he had to get 5 stitches. Obviously, he left the game right away, but he's here today starting in right field. He was playing shortstop yesterday. They put somebody else at short, moved him out to right, hopefully be a little safer for him. But when we get back to action, it'll be Zach Price on the mound, and he'll be facing Brad Reinflesch with the bases loaded and nobody out in a tie ball game. Reinflesch is 0 for 1 with the walk. He's a pretty good hitter, Dave. Lucas, about how many catchers? Oh, there's a ball out to deep center field. That'll get a run home. And Tillman scores on the sacrifice fly off the bat of Brad Reinflesch. Harry holds on at second. Smart move by him. So Sheboygan back on top, 6-5. And only one out with Hanselman up, the gentleman we were just talking about. Anyway, Lucas, we were talking before about how many catchers does Sheboygan have on their roster?
I think it's 4. They got Buring,
Four
Mary.
catchers, Mouse. Not one of them is here today.
Buring, Mary,
Reinflesch, yesterday's starter, had 16 strikeouts in a 7-inning game, is catching today. As they ran out of catchers, nobody's here.
Buring, Mary, Schnell, and Perez. I think
Yeah.
those are the 4.
I am too. So is Becky. She's happy you weren't called today. 1-1 is the count. Well, I'll tell you, Mouse, you're not going to find Richie up here. That's right, you've been pretty good luck. Ball is fouled straight back. I was going to say, Dave, it's safe to come out from under the counter now. Bradford got the ball laying in the grass. Stop rolling, it's safe now. Safe to come out. Breaking ball. Gets Hanselman. Price with a big strikeout. Going to take a 2-out hit by Jimmy to get a run home.
Did it yesterday. He had that RBI single to right. 2 outs.
Right. Jimmy's been struggling this year, Dave, but he's starting to come out of it. Hit the ball hard a couple of times yesterday, has a base hit today. Ball in the dirt is going to allow the runners to advance, and now a great opportunity to get 2 runs in.
Very similar situation. 2 runners on, scoring position.
In game 2 yesterday, in the second inning, Jimmy had a 2 RBI single. Helped propel the A's to a 9-4 win and a sweep of the doubleheader. 1-0 the count. Pitch inside. Blaine Bradford is waiting on deck. Blaine is 1 for 2. Sheboygan with a 1-run lead. Jimmy scalds one, but foul. Right past the first base coach.
Bottom of the order did a lot of damage in that second inning to really bolster that 4-run inning.
Right. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jimmy. There's a ball hit hard, but right at Ferraro, and he's going to take it to the bag himself, and that ends the 4th inning. But Sheboygan does take the lead with a run. And hey, Dave, thanks for stopping up and talking to us. All right.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then our dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Josh Wicker is leading off the 5th inning. Sawyer Kolakowski still on the mound for Sheboygan.
He's been better across these last 3 innings, just giving up that 1 run on that pass ball, so hasn't had an earned run since the 1st inning. And
for the most part, Sawyer's been around the plate. know, coming in we were concerned. He's only has one walk. We don't want to say too much about that because that could all change. Two and one pitch in there for strike two.
He has had a couple of comebacks, you know, striking out after being down the count.
Ball is hit out into short center field. Ames not able to make the play, and it's going to be a bloop single for Wicker.
Second one we seen like that. Whitaker had a bloop single earlier in the
Yes,
third inning.
yeah, it was that RBI hit that actually
Yeah.
got the scoring started for Chicago. Seventh hit for the Warriors. John Ferraro, the first baseman. Good looking player, big left-handed hitter.
A lot of pickoff moves today.
Yeah. Ferraro only hitting 232 coming into action. He looks like a better hitter than that. He has 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Has displayed a little bit of power. A looper out to left field down the line. That's fair. And that'll put runners on second and third. They're not hitting the ball real hard, but they are finding the right spots, Lucas.
Yeah, it's coming back to bite Sheboygan right now. Just 2 bloop hits, and second, third, and still no one out.
Ricky Collazo, the catcher for Chicago, is up. Third double of the year for Ferraro.
2 of them today, right?
He runs pretty good too for a big guy. I don't know. I don't know if we can call him a lumbering first baseman. I think Harry would fit that though.
Oh yeah, I could see him fitting that. Yeah, he did beat out that one play at first though, the last inning.
He was running like the wind. Two balls and 1 strike to Collazo. Pitch or called a strike. Umpire DeGroot not real emphatic on his strike calls. 2-2 pitch coming up. Bouncing ball is foul. Harry would have loved that one to be fair.
Yeah.
Get the out at first and maybe a double play on a throw out at the plate.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Wicker on third, Ferraro on second. Collazo batting. 2-2 pitch coming up. Right up the middle and through. Ferraro chugging around third. He'll make it. No, he won't. He's out. What a play by Gus Walker. Ferraro, I think, thought he was going to be safe too.
It looked like he was going to be safe by a mile. Off the bat, slow roller out the center. Great throw from Walker to get him at home.
That's something you don't see all the time from Gus. You see him chase down fly balls left and right. But he also has a very good arm, and a nice tag by Brad Reinflesch at home plate. But they do score a run and tie it up, 6-6. Collazo stayed at first on the throw home. That brings up Whitaker, who's 2 for 2.
Kind of wishing Sheboygan would have gotten more than just the 1 run with bases loaded and no one out, but
I agree with you totally on that. And maybe the key out of the inning was the second out. Hanselman not putting the ball in play, going down swinging. And that was with runners on second and third. Kolkowski trying to work out of the jam. I liked your comment early in the game about Sawyer that he depends a lot on swing and miss strikeouts.
He's got 5 of them. But
Pitch way outside. Rindfleisch had a good bounce off the backstop, but couldn't make the play. Collazo goes to second. One ball and 2 strikes on Witchger. And Sawyer got him. Pitch breaking outside. He swung and missed. 2 outs for Chris Morgan. Morgan, the left fielder for Chicago. Was a strikeout victim his last time up. 6 strikeouts now for Kolakowski.
Sawyer's been really good against these 6 through 9 hitters, only allowing 1 hit.
Ball's popped up out of play.
It's been the top and early middle of the order for Chicago. It's done a lot of the damage.
We're in the 5th inning of a 7-inning game, all tied up. Big breaking ball. Sawyer thought he had him. Umpire DeGroot felt it was a little bit high. Another pitch, a ball. Swing and a miss. Kolakowski feeling it that inning after Chicago scored a run. After 4.5, we're tied up at 6.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Blaine Bradford is going to lead off the 5th inning for Sheboygan. Sheboygan were able to grab the lead in the 4th with a single run, but that was short-lived. Chicago came right back in the top of the 5th to tie up the ball game.
Sheboygan's answered all of Chicago so far today. Hopefully they can do it again.
Jake Pullum, the starter for Chicago, went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs. Only 2 of those were earned. He did walk 4, had 1 strikeout, and did allow the long home run to Harry. Now he might want to give this guy the headset, but wait till he gets in here. Richie Peterson joining us in the press box along with Denny Moyer. Ball hit out in the short right. It drops in for Bradford. Lucas, can we borrow your headset, please?
Of course.
There you go, Richie. Richie was in the press box earlier before we started the game, so we might talk about some of the same things, Richie, but the fans don't know that.
The fans don't know about 1969, 1970 teams, but if they'd ever look at the Hall of Fame guys that are on that Hall of Fame for the A's, we had at least 7 guys that are Hall of Fame members. They were just tremendous guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Kohlmeter, Dick Rasmussen, tremendous player.
Dick Larson play when you played?
Dick Larson did
Catcher?
not that I remember.
Okay, he's
Who
a
was
Hall
our
of Famer.
first baseman? I can't remember.
Gene Mand.
Oh yeah,
Gino.
Good player, good player.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, we got to play Eddie Feiner. Remember that? We got to play the King in his court. We got to play the King in his court. It was a lot of fun.
Stolen base for Bradford. I think what happened is, was it Dave Gare played with Eddie the next night because one of their players got hurt? That was Pat Murray. Pat Murray played with Eddie. I don't know if you remember Pat Murray. He was
tremendous athlete out of South. Yeah,
right.
He was our quarterback. Tremendous player. Yeah, I remember him especially when I went to softball. Unfortunately, for
you went to the
a
dark
few
side.
years.
Huh,
I went to the
Richie?
dark side, and yeah, Pat Murray was on the best team in Sheboygan called Liniacs. They had Dick Sinalis. Dick Sinalis actually was the manager, and they had Tom Locke and
I was gonna
all
say, I
those
bet
guys.
his brother John probably played on that
Yes,
team too.
John did. The big John, yeah, he was
Outstanding
on
football and basketball player at South.
the team. Oh, I miss Sheboygan, Marty. Tremendous.
Who was that?
Oh, tremendous player.
Now, Richie, you said you're living in Illinois at this time?
I live in Elmhurst, Illinois, which is about 14 miles west of the Loop. Right near the Tri-State, right near the Eisenhower
So you're really not that
Expressway.
far away?
No, I 2 hours and 10 minutes to this place right here.
Should come up more often, Rich. It's great to see you.
Well, Marty, it's great to see you. It's great to be with all the guys down there. Glennie Hilpertshauser and Baumgartner just showed up, and Mousy just showed up.
Mummy's quite a character.
Oh yeah, Jerry Messner. Yeah, just a bunch of great guys. So.
Nice to get back and see the old crew.
It really is. And they play some good baseball here. They got some hitters.
Kolakowski's a young kid, too. Pop up on the infield. Ames pops out. And that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Gus Walker. I hope you saw the throw that Gus made from center field.
Oh, tremendous.
He, I believe a couple years ago, he was the Defensive Player of the Year. At the end of the year banquet. Sheboygan.
Where's he from?
New Mexico. That's
right. Oh, is he the Albuquerque, New Mexico kid?
Right.
Okay.
There's 2 of them on the team, and we got one from Hurricane, Utah this year.
Wow.
Michael Martinez. Gus trying to lay down a bunt.
I like that. That's what we used to do, Marty.
That's how I tried to get
We had the
base hits.
speed.
I could run pretty good. Couldn't hit it very far, though.
Oh, we had some great times, Marty. And,
hey, you were a heck of an athlete at North, and then took those skills over to Northland College.
Right.
Talk a little bit about your time there.
Northland College, small school up in northern Wisconsin, Ashland, Wisconsin. It's a Division III school. Okay, small brag. In September, I was inducted into their Hall of Fame, actually.
Congratulations on that, Rich. That's great.
I played football. I was able to play a little baseball. That's a nice thing about small. I ran track.
You know, when you were up earlier, I didn't ask you what events were you in track?
Okay, in track, I actually went up to the 440 intermediate hurdles, which was a brutal race, to tell you the truth. But
you know, being an athlete that you are, though.
And then I still sprinted. I did the, and actually I tried the long jump, Marty. You know, when I got more mature, like in my junior and senior year in college, I did the long jump there and broke their record. I jumped about 22 feet 6 inches in the long jump. I never knew I could even do that. My dad didn't let me do it. So,
what did he know?
40 years as a track coach, right?
Yeah, one of the all-time greats at North High School. Blaine Bradford trying to steal third was thrown out. There's 2 outs and nobody on now for Sheboygan. And Gus Walker swings and misses to end the 5th inning. Richie, can you stick around for the top of the 6th?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have Richie back.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
At Northwoods, we are a family. And like your family, our main concern is safety. As a leader in the cleaning and sanitation industry, we're doing our utmost to support and supply essential cleaning, sanitizing, and maintenance products to your family and business. And we're introducing new products, like our Cool Water Personal Hand Sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
Kendall Interiel is the new pitcher for Sheboygan. Sir Kolakowski doing a nice job while he was out there. We haven't seen Kendall a whole lot, only making his 3rd appearance. He's pitched 4 innings, has a 4.50 ERA. Richie Peterson, former Sheboygan A, joining us up here in the press box. We're going to give you another half an inning, Richie. You were talking about Northland, and I know we mentioned you played wide receiver on the football team.
I played wide receiver, and I was very fortunate. It was just in the era where they were starting to throw the ball a little bit, and I was able to, you know, hold a few records up there. But yeah, we had the nice thing about college football is, or college sports in general, is you meet people from all over the country. I mean, it's, and you know, small schools. These are a lot of guys that couldn't make the big D1 or something like that.
Ball hit out to deep center field. Walker lunges for it, couldn't make the play, and in at second with a double is Dylan Dulles. Good start for Chicago, not so great for Sheboygan. And that's going to bring up Justin Butcher. Go ahead, Rich.
So I got to play against some real, some professional football players that later on, like Vern Den Herder, he played for the Miami Dolphins. He was on the 1970 team that went undefeated, and Pat Curran, who played actually for Lakeland, and then went on to play for the Rams. And then I also played against a guy by the name of Larry Roz, who played for the Rams also. He was at Michigan Tech. We played.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. College football was a lot more challenging, but you know, you met people from all over the country, and the competition was great, and I always enjoyed that. So.
Let's talk a little bit about the A's. You mentioned you were number 9 when you played with them. What positions were you? If I remember you being mostly infielder.
Yeah, I played mostly shortstop. Played a little bit of second base when when Mousy wasn't there or whatever, Mousy Gare. And later on, I think I played a little bit of outfield because we had some pretty doggone good. Charlie Colmeter and a couple of those guys were also very, very good infielders.
Infield hit for Butcher puts runners on first and third with nobody out. Kendall and Tiriel really getting himself into a big jam. That brings up Mario Riccio, the number 9 hitter. Hopefully Sheboygan can stave off a run. Richie, what are your favorite memories playing with the A's? Anything that stands out?
Well, as I said before, playing the King in his court, that was a lot of fun. Eddie Feiner, if nobody knows who that was, he was like a traveling circus. He had a catcher, a pitcher, and an outfielder. There were 3 of them, and they played full teams, and he was such a good pitcher. He actually moved out to second base, which is a long ways away, and he actually struck Richie Peterson out from second base. The ball he was an amazing. That was a lot of fun. But I just remember that when I was there, the league was starting to perk up. The Green Bay Blue Ribbons were coming in.
Yeah, they were.
The Madison Mustangs.
I remember the Madison Anchor
Racine,
Savings and Loan.
What was the Racine Redbirds? Were they one of the teams?
I think so.
And we were starting to see some. Actually, some guys that tried the minor leagues and things like that, and the quality of pitching and the quality of play really got going about the time that you and I were playing for them.
Was Ron Hare playing when you played?
Ron Hare was on the team. Yes, he was a pitcher for
right.
the A's. Yep.
Pitched in I think he got as high as the Texas League, which I'm not sure if it's AAA, but definitely as high as AA.
Oh, he was very good player.
Yep.
Very good, Ronnie Hare, yeah. Yep, he was one of our pitchers. And
those were fun times. We didn't play enough games. I think we played maybe 20 or 30 games a summer. Now they're playing 60 games a year.
Oh my goodness, really? Yeah, we all had jobs to come back to. So you'd play a game on let's say a 7:30 start, and it went for 4 hours because I hate to say it, but the pitchers in those days would walk a lot of people. But so the games went like 4 hours long, and then you get home at about 2 in the morning and have to go to work the next day.
Yeah. Riccio, the number 9 hitter, draws a walk, and that loads the bases with nobody out and brings up the leadoff hitter, Joe Perona. I was going to say something, and now I kind of lost my train of thought. But, you mentioned about the long games. We had a game this year, 4 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh, in this day and age, that's
all the interns were sent home early because it was getting so late. Lucas, did you make it to the end? Lucas did make it to the end. Lucas, you live in Sheboygan, right? Yeah, not far from here. So it was a short drive for him to get home. But, yeah, that was brutal.
I just remember that the competition, Marty, was just fabulous, and we had a lot of fun, and we had a great group of guys. And if people don't know that are listening out there, we have 2 high schools, of course, in Sheboygan, North and South. And at that time, some of the best from North and the best from South came together and formed a Sheboygan team.
What's interesting too is when you think back, we played Legion ball together.
Yep.
But at that time, back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, Sheboygan had no high school baseball. So when we would start our Legion team, all these other teams already had 20 games in.
Absolutely.
And it was tough. It was very tough.
Yep. Yeah, in fact, Fond du Lac, if you remember, Fond du Lac had some really good teams,
yeah.
And they had high school baseball. Manitowoc had high school baseball. Everybody did,
Sheboygan playing their infield in, trying to prevent Chicago from scoring. Perona up. 1-1 is the count. Richie Peterson joining us up here in the press box. Richie, what are you doing now?
I'm retired, of course, but I do have a part-time job. I'm still selling. I was a sales guy for plastics engineering here in town. Go ahead.
That's right. I remember plastics engineering. That ball dropped just fair. Tillman not able to make the catch. The good news is everybody only advanced 1 base on the hit. but Sheboygan now trails it by a score of 7-6. So work for, did you finish and end your working career at Plastics?
I left plastics in about the early 2000s and went into a venture of my own in sales, and then I ended up working down in Illinois for a couple of companies. But I did work for Plenco for 26 years, plastics engineering for 26 years. So.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah, good.
I worked there a couple summers.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was on a press for I think 2 summers. Punch press.
Your brother worked there, didn't he? Yeah.
Charlie was a foreman.
Yeah.
At the,
yeah, I remember him. Sure.
At the big plant.
Yep, I remember Charlie. Yeah. And but this is my hometown, and I love it. I probably talk about Sheboygan every day of my life to somebody, and they get a kick out of, where are you from? And I say, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. They go, oh. They
Richie,
all love it.
2 things that happened that you might be interested in. I know one is for sure. You heard about the Armory, right? Bouncing ball, throw home is
Nice
in
play.
time.
Nice play. Very
Great
nice.
play by the shortstop, Blaine Bradford.
Very nice.
Force play at the plate. And that chokes off 1 run. The 6-2 put out. Bases remain loaded, however. 2 things I was going to tell. I don't know if you know the Armory was torn down.
I didn't know that.
Drive down there, it's just a blank lot.
Oh.
And the other big building that was torn down, they built a brand new hospital in town several years ago, and they just recently, within the last year or so, tore down Memorial Hospital. It's another just
Memorial
blank
Hospital's
lot. Yeah.
gone?
Might want to take a drive over.
Oh, my childhood has changed.
And that's right around where you lived. You lived
that
on
was,
North Avenue.
That's where I was born. I was born in Memorial Hospital.
I was a St. Nicholas guy.
You were St. Nick?
Yeah.
Boy. Okay, so was
And
my
I think
so
what
was my
happened
daughter.
is you went right from St. Nick's to Holy Name.
Very good. I remember Holy Name. Do we want to talk about those days? We had some rivalries there,
Yeah,
didn't we?
definitely.
Jugendheimer.
Yeah, Yugi was played quite a bit as a 7th grader, and then I totally lost track of him. I don't even know if he played high
He
school.
didn't play, and he was kind
He
of.
went to South. I know
Yeah.
that. John Jugendheimer.
Who's that coach here? Is it
Don Monabach. He,
John Monabach.
passed
That's
away
right.
a few
Oh,
years
yeah.
ago. And
he was there for 100 years.
I've done, this is my 30th year doing broadcasting like this, and we've done a lot, mostly high school sports, and later in his life, he started attending some high school basketball games, and I caught up to him after a game and set up. We met for a Saturday afternoon, spent 2 or 3 hours together. It was just wonderful. I'm glad I did it because not too long after that, he did pass away. There's a looping liner out into left center field. That's going to drop for a hit, and that's going to produce 2 runs and out at third.
Yep.
But Chicago now with a 3-run lead. Wicker is the runner out at third base. And staying at first base was Ferraro with another base hit for that young man and 2 RBIs. He's been a hit machine today.
These guys are real fundamentally sound, Marty. That was a great hit the cutoff man, got it to third, and got the guy out. That was a really nice play there, too.
I wish I'd have been out number 3, though. Collazo up. He's 1 for 2, the walk. They had the final game in the Armory. I don't remember exactly the year, but it was a real big deal. They had posters that they made up and gave out, and it was a real big deal. And then, because they built the field houses at the high schools.
Yep.
And Tom Desitel, who I'm sure you've heard
Sure,
of.
I've heard of him, sure.
Yeah, he said, you know, once they moved the games from the Armory to the high schools, it was just another game. Play north-south, it was just another game.
Yeah,
and
Marty.
you know he nailed it, because you go to those field houses, they're so big. It's almost impossible to fill them. Where in the Armory, you know, it's just a whole different
For
atmosphere.
those people that didn't remember, the Armory actually was a place where Sheboygan actually had a professional basketball team back in the 40s here for a couple, 3 years, and Oh, this is the end of the inning.
That's it.
Anyways, real
Yeah.
quickly, the Armory had some fabulous memories and some fabulous good and bad memories because we never could beat South to get on in the tournament the 2 years. that I
My
was in
senior year, Richie was a junior on the team. We beat South in the first game, first of 3, by a record number of
Oh,
points.
sure.
It was like 35 points. Then the second game, we beat them by maybe 15 or so. And then we lost the doggone third game, and
Yeah,
they went on in the
57 to
tournament.
55. And,
Yeah, that was a tough one. Hey, Richie, thanks for stopping up
Thank
again,
you.
and it's been
Thank
great
you,
talking
Marty.
to you.
Great seeing
and
you
all the
again.
best. Hopefully, we'll see you at the ballpark again.
You will. Okay. Thank you. This has
All
been
right.
fun.
Okay. See you, Rich.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Zach Price still on the mound for Chicago. Leading off the inning is Sean Tillman. Tillman 0 for 0. He's walked twice and hit a sacrifice fly, and he scored 2 runs. Sheboygan has their work cut out. Lucas being down 3, and it's the bottom of the 6th.
We said that before, Marty, in the first inning. You know, down 4 early.
Tillman laces one out into left center field. That should be a double. A strong throw in, but not in time. Sheboygan hoping to erase that 3-run Chicago lead.
You know, we had our work cut out for us in the first inning. Came back. Sheboygan's responded every single time. Chicago's put up a couple runs, so hopefully that doesn't stop here.
We didn't get a chance to say much about it, but in the last inning with only 1 out and Bradford on at second, I wish he wouldn't have taken off for third like that. He was an easy out. And Sheboygan wound up not scoring any runs where they had 1 out and a man in scoring position. But hopefully we can get a couple here. Harry's up. Harry's 2 for 3. Hit that long home run in the second.
Been an offensively powered game through 5.5.
Long game.
Yeah.
Jacob Neese waiting on deck. Harry with a good eye. Well, we've had pretty many guests today. We didn't get a mic on Dave, but I tried to keep you fans informed about what we were talking about. And then, of course, Richie Peterson stopping up. Lucas kind enough to give him the microphone.
Of course.
With the caveat that I buy him a hamburger between games. There's a drive to deep center field, way out there. That's going to bounce up against the fence. Tillman will score easily from second base, and Harry pulls into second with an RBI double.
Man, Harry still is seeing the ball really well right now. Third hit of the day, and he had 2 hits yesterday in game 2.
I think the nice part about Harry and his hitting, number one, he's getting some base hits, but number two, he's hitting the ball hard.
Really, I mean, he's had 2 home runs in the past 2 games, and that one could have gotten out easily too. It wasn't that far away.
Jacob is up. Good job by Collazo to keep the ball in front of him, not allowing Harry to advance to third. Jacob is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a couple of walks. Nice game for him. Sheboygan only down 2. Tying run is at the plate. Zach Price trying to get his team to victory. He's pitched 2 innings so far. He's in the third, but hasn't recorded an out.
Just like that, we got the tying run at the plate again.
Pitch is called a strike.
Eight out of the 9 A's have been on base at least once today.
Ball is popped up behind the plate. Collazo coming back, but runs out of room. Three-two pitch. That pitch is down low. Good eye by Jacob, taking his 3rd walk of the game. Tying run is now on first. Brad Reinflesch is up. Brad's overdue.
Yeah.
Came into the weekend 390, and I don't think he has a hit yet.
No.
And, hit the ball hard once or twice. That sacrifice fly was hit pretty deep. Squares around the bunt, takes the first pitch.
Not what I was expecting to see.
No. First pitch a ball, by the way. Ferraro signaling for his 3rd baseman to back up a little bit. Like JP is kind of runs the show out there on the field. Brad trying to bunt the runners over. Sawyer Kolakowski went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those were earned, walked 1, that was the good side, and did have 7 strikeouts, that's another good side. There's a good bunt. Ferraro looked to third, but made the right choice. Get the out. And a sacrifice. Oh, you don't see that very often, Lucas.
No.
You'll see Gus Walker bunt frequently, but that's to get a base hit. And that brings up Chase Hanselman. Ferraro's putout was a 3-4, first baseman to the second baseman. Harry's on at third. Good pitch by Price on the outside corner. Infield is back for Chicago. They have a 2-run lead. They can afford to give up 1, get the ground out instead. Oh, what a stop by Collazo. Oh my. In the dirt, outside the other batter's box, and Collazo on a 1-hop picks it.
That was easily a run and a runner on third with less than 2 outs.
Hanselman drives one to deep right, and foul. Just hit on the warning track. Jimmy Jurgensen waiting on deck.
He is the only A that has yet to reach base today. So hopefully that changes.
Chase is struck out in the first, hit into a fielder's choice to end the inning in the second, and then struck out in the fourth. Chase looking to make contact, get a run in. Pitch is up high. Evens the count at 2-2, is that right?
Yep.
2-2 count.
Didn't miss by a whole ton.
Pitch is down low. Good eye by Chase. 3-2 pitch coming up. And ball four. We started the game with a light rain. It's now cleared up. It's sunny. And if Jimmy can get a big hit here, it'll be even sunnier.
Yes.
I'm going to say it, Lucas. Jimmy with 3 doubles, no home runs. He's way overdue. And he takes that first pitch for a ball.
He does walk a lot. He's one of the team leaders with Harry.
Borderline pitch is called a strike.
Bradford on deck's got 2 hits today also, so.
That one is up high. Count is now 2-1. So definitely a hitter's pitch. Doesn't want to go 3-1. Price comes set. Slow roller. And we've seen it again, Lucas. In a critical phase of the, or point in the game, pitcher needs to throw a strike and he throws a breaking pitch.
I think it had Jimmy fooled. He looked like he was a little bit of emergency kind of hack there.
3-2 pitch coming up. Jimmy on a change of pace pitch comes up empty. Strike 3. Good pitch by Price.
And there it was again. Breaking pitch.
Yeah, Blaine Bradford. Blaine 2 for 3. Another good stop by Collazo. Now the nice thing now, Lucas, with the bases loaded, ground ball to an infielder, you can go to any base for a force out. Got Harry, not very good speed at third. Neese with pretty good speed at second. And Hanselman is on at first. He has very good speed. Hit to the outfield, should score 2. That pitch right down 8th Street for a strike.
I think Bradford was taking all the way on that pitch. Doesn't get much better than
Yeah, that was probably a good pitch to take, force him to throw a strike. 2-1 pitch coming up. Price with 2 walks in the inning, Lucas, has had his troubles.
Yeah, I'm taking here. I don't think there's a way you swing unless it's a really perfect pitch. Oh.
Ball is hit out into short center field, but coming in and making the easy catch was Perona. And Sheboygan squanders an opportunity for more runs. They do get 1 after 6 complete. Chicago 9, the A's 7.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
$137 being given away in the 50-50 raffle. Denny just read off the numbers, and shout out to Denny. You know, he mentioned that Richie was in the house, and said you should get him up here in the booth and talk to him, and it was real nice to get Richie back up here and talk to him. Top of the 7th, Kendall Interiel still on the mound for Sheboygan. He had a tough 6th inning, allowing 3 runs. All of those were earned. He'll face Witchger, Morgan, and Dulles in the Chicago lineup. Price got himself in a jam and then was able to work out of it. Oh.
Only giving up that 1 run gives Chicago still a lot of confidence they could come out of here with a win.
Line drive, base hit.
Especially with the way they've hit off of Imperial.
Yeah, Kendall not having a lot of success. 5th hit given up, and that's in just a little over an inning. Gave up 4 hits in the 6th.
2 of the outs too for the last inning came on the base pass.
Morgan looked like he was squaring around the bunt. He did take the pitch for a ball. All those bunted foul. Lucas mentioned a little earlier in the game, the 6 through 9 hitters have not had a lot of success. They do have 3 hits and an RBI, but till that 6th inning, when 7 and 8 each got a hit, it was pretty bleak for that part of the order.
And with that, that means every player who's hit in this game has reached base at least once.
One ball and 2 strikes. Last pitch called a strike. The runner on first, Witchger, is not taking a real big lead. They wanted to bunt him over, but Morgan not able to get it done. Now he's sitting with a 2-2 pitch and a man still on first. There's a ball out of the strike zone, and Witchger was on the move. He'll advance to second base on the stolen base. And the count is now 3-2.
Talked about it's been kind of rough sledding for Imperial today. Yep, a lot of hits.
And ball 4. Morgan able to come back. And Tim Moyer coming to the mound. A approximately 25 to 30 minutes after this game, we'll have game 2 of this doubleheader. Kendall and Tyriel coming out of the game.
Set O'Connell.
He only went an inning. Holden Riley now in the ball game. You know, confirm that, Lucas?
I think so. Number 16, Holden Riley. Yep. Looking to keep this game at just a 2-run game, keep it manageable for that bottom of the 7th for the A's.
Kendall and Tyriel gave up 5 hits in 1 inning of work. He walked 2, had no strikeouts.
And he's still responsible for those 2 runners on right now.
And he gave up the 3 in the 6th. You're right, so he could be giving up 5 earned runs in only 1 inning of work.
Doesn't do your ERA any favors.
I like the 1 point you made too. Is, you know, he had to get a lot of help from his defense to get one of those outs last inning with a guy throwing out at the plate.
Then on that RBI single that made it 9, he got thrown out at third. They threw a guy out of third.
Holden Riley is going to make his 5th appearance of the year. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, has 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. No 1-loss record. We mentioned Chicago in their Chicago Suburban Baseball League. They're 8 and 9. The Lombard Orioles, who play in the Wisconsin State League, also participate in that league, and they're in first place in the Suburban League, 12 and 2. Our next home game will be on Tuesday when we host the Milwaukee Heavy Hitters in a Wisconsin State League game. We look forward to doing that game for you. On Wednesday, the A's travel to Menasha, and then they're back home on Thursday when they play the West Dallas Nationals, who seem to be playing really well this point of the season. Would we say at the beginning, before we started,
Yeah,
Lombard, they beat Lombard?
Beat Lombard in the doubleheader. They swept them, I'm pretty sure. Long week for the A's. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, we didn't even get into those games. All right, game action. Holden ready to pitch to Dylan Dulles. Dulles doubled and scored his last time up. Hit that ball up in the air, but out of play. It lands in the general admission seats. Dulles not a big guy, but packs pretty good power. Trying to bunt the runners over, fouls it back. We're in the 7th inning. Chicago has 2 runners on with nobody out. Holden Riley coming in for Kendall and Tyriel, who really struggled. Bill, I got him with 14 hits. Is that what you have?
Yeah, Sheboygan can find a way to keep this game at 2 runs, you know. It's still got a chance.
I definitely don't want to get any further down. Harry charging in and can't make the play. It's a foul ball, so no force out. You know, if it would have been fair, it would have been an infield fly and the batter would have been out, but since it was foul, that is not the case.
Sun's giving a couple people trouble. It gave Tillman trouble on left, and now Harry over here at first.
There's something to be said. Those, by the way, I'm not making an excuse for Harry, but those pop-ups like that are not always easy to catch. Harry had a long way to go. Ryan Flesh not able to locate it to take the play himself, and Holden Riley not able to get over. Dulles fouls that pitch off. No balls and 2 strikes on Dulles. We don't want to be down any more than 2 entering the bottom of the 7th. Maybe the bugaboo this game, Lucas, is we've left 10 runners on base through 6 innings.
Still, it's hard to win a game giving up 14 hits and 9 runs also. But definitely leaving runners on base. Even it could have been an even higher scoring game.
Sheboygan with 8 hits so far. We've given Chicago a lot of bases, you know, with the pass balls by Brad, and it's just, you know, you can't do that against good teams. That pitch out of the strike zone. Line drive caught. Oh, he picked the wrong base. The man on first was way off.
Easy double play.
As it is, Sheboygan gets 1 out, and the runners have to hold. Justin Butcher is up. Butcher, the number 8 hitter in the order. He does have a hit in the game. Big jump on the throw to steal third base. Witcher was not going to get stolen. Gets thrown out. He had that base stolen. Brad making the decision to go after the trail runner, Morgan, but throw was way off the mark. So give Chicago the double steal. They now have runners on second and third with 1 out.
That's where that chance at the double play is coming to haunt Sheboygan now.
Pitch down low. Infield is in for Sheboygan, trying to not let Chicago get any more runs. Butcher hitting that one off the end of the bat. Two balls and 1 strike is the count. Good pitch on the outside corner by Holden Riley.
Big chance at a strikeout. It'd be huge.
Fastball is down low. There is a base open, so it isn't the worst thing if he does walk Butcher, but Lucas, you mentioned it just now, you know, with 2 strikes, let's get the batter, strike him out. Line drive through the infield, a base hit. 1 run will score on that single. There's where playing the infield in hurts.
Yep.
Morgan Only advanced to third. I think that was good base running by him. There would have definitely been a play at the plate had he tried to score. And that brings up Mario Riccio. Riccio is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And now it's 10-6. 7. I knew that, Lucas. I was just testing you. You passed. We had mentioned going in about Sheboygan not giving up a lot of runs over the course of the winning streak, and it's all fallen apart in this game.
Might be.
Whatever. Hey, is there any chance, CJ, the second game is going to be a 5-inning game? We're at 2.5 hours on this game. Actually, 2 hours and 28 minutes. Bill likes to be very precise on that. So we'll play the game. Fly ball out to right, charging in. The right fielder can't make the play. And going to third on the play is Butcher. Another run is going to score. I guess you have to give him a base hit. It was a hard play.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bill?
No way. I think that's a base hit. So.
Base hit.
Anselman, he's not used to playing out there in right. It's a tough play for any outfielder, especially if you're not used to the position.
11-7 is the score now. Chicago with runners on second and third. Give another pass ball. Thank goodness the runner on third was not able to score, but moving down to second was Riccio. Perona's up. He's got 2 hits on the day. Seems like every hitter in the Chicago lineup has a hit, and I believe that is the case.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty close. I mean, when you got 15 hits as a team.
Going back to my point about giving up bases, on that liner back to Holden where he caught it, the play was to first. He had that guy dead to rights, and then there's 2 outs.
Whole different inning.
Yeah, whole different scenario once he made the wrong play. 2 runs are in the 7th. Chicago has scored 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th so far. 5 runs late in the game. They've broken it wide open. That pitch in the dirt goes all the way to the screen. That'll be a wild pitch. This is not good baseball, fans.
No.
And one of the things that made the games previous to this one, last 7 or so, has been solid pitching.
Yeah, man, it's hurt. Say the least. I mean, 12 runs on 15 hits, that's quite the stat line. Really kind of makes you forget how good it's been the past week.
I almost thought that if Holden could have gotten out of this rather quickly, he might be this Game 2 starter. We saw that yesterday with Greenville.
Question is, will he get out of it at all?
Get the name of that kid. Bo Anderson finished off Game 1, going an inning and 2/3, and then he started Game 2. I don't think that Holden would go Game 2 having thrown all the pitches he has here. Corona with a sac fly to left. Chicago adds to their lead. 12 runs.
13.
13 runs. Ay, ay, ay.
At least the bases are empty.
Josh Wicker up.
Don't know if Sheboygan's going to have the answer for this. 6 run lead.
Not this many runs down, right? Any inning's not over.
Yeah.
Riley trying to get out of it. There are 2 outs. Chicago has tacked on 4 more runs.
It's been a rough go of things for Sheboygan pitchers today, especially the relievers.
Hopefully the story will be a little different in game 2.
Yep.
And ball 4. Ferrero's having a day. He's up. He's 3 for 4. A couple of RBIs. Ferraro, about the only thing negative that happened to him was getting thrown out at the plate. Gus Walker making a very strong throw to get him.
Been a lot of positives for the Chicago offense today.
Interesting to see if the runner on first tries to steal second.
Becoming a Riley to throw a strike. 5 in a row.
Holden Riley, I mentioned, is making his 5th appearance. He had 3 walks on the season. He has 4 now in 6 and a 3rd innings.
Don't know if Riley thinks he's going to be able to get Wicker at first, but he's thrown over 3 times already.
I think the key thing is work the batter, get him out.
Especially down 6.
Easy stolen base for Wicker. I'm with you, CJ. Is that good sportsmanship? Kick them while they're down. Do a better job of holding them.
It's ball 7.
3-0. Be interesting to see if a Ferraro would swing 3-0 if pitch was right down the middle. Swing and a miss. Rindflesh's throw is not in time.
Rindflesh throws the ball really hard over in his throw downs, but it takes a while.
Three-one pitch coming up to JP. Liner out to second. Ames makes the 1-hop pickup and throws to first for the final out of the 7th inning, but not before Chicago puts 4 more on the board.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Chicago has 13 runs on 16 hits. Has not been a good pitching performance by Sheboygan. We have hit the ball pretty nice, but just not enough to keep up with Chicago. Zach Price is going to try to finish it off for Chicago. His line is not going to look real stellar either. He's been a little bit shaky, but his offense has bailed him out.
He's gotten out of a couple of tough situations, especially last inning, only giving up that one run.
Alex Ames lead off the seventh for Sheboygan. Just a reminder, we will be back about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this game for game number 2. We hope you'll join us for that. Hopefully Sheboygan will play a little better, pitch a little better, have better results in game 2.
Ooh, good pitch.
Price on a breaking pitch that was up in the zone, but it's called a strike. Umpire wants to get home too. Swing and a miss. Ames goes down on strikes. Takes us back to the top of the order, and Gus Walker. Gus 0 for 4, reached on an error and scored, and he has an RBI. Gus with a grounder in the hole at short. Strong throw to first.
Wow.
Just in time. What a play by Wicker. That was dandy.
Especially on speedster like Gus.
That's a web gem.
Yeah.
Sean Tillman up. He's 1 for 1. Walked twice. Had a sac fly for an RBI. And he scored 3 runs today. That's impressive.
Two, 3, 4 has been really good for Sheboygan. They've only gotten out the one time, and that was Tillman on the sac fly, which doesn't really count as an at-bat.
Well, it looked like Chicago was going to give us the game with those errors, but they were able to bounce back. Chopper out the second. This could do it. It does. It's out number 3, and that's the end of the ball game. Chicago a winner in the first game of our doubleheader by a score of 13-7. The losing pitcher is Kendall Interiel. The winning pitcher is Zach Price, who came in relief, pitched the final 4 innings to get the win. We're going to step out. When we come back, we'll have game 2. That'll be in about 20 to 25 minutes. So we hope you will join us for game 2. But until then, we'll see ya.